ehia edan ya eye the boy nko ade ye be hia enti ena no pay ye de enu akogu awie no ye be hyase na ye de nkoma ne sa na ne ye nkoma ye be die no se de nyina ye nimu no MPP amayoko no ahye se January busome no afi be wura mu no busumi di candidate so aduasa bako no ena wo mo behwe na wo mato abayi di obitu franka e de ama wo na ehun nsem no aye nsem bebre obi e kire na dwene party ma e kire mo adwene wo mo so aben e wa manyesem mo so e kire mo adwene ene nipa hodo bebre e ka de mo so betumi aka e de afa ho eno nti enche ye bekọ ama no so na ye ne mpanyifo na hyase e di nkomo e wo sasemi ho na eno achi so asamba kwa e beka ho asem eye all right we dey answer na ye beka no ye hwe na mesaka ononyamfo adanimo yero adanimo ye kan pipia yoku na wo mo a chere wo mu yipa wo kan ho na wo yem na hye bedwani eno no asan betu franka de ma na se obe press obetu franka de ma MPP party no ebribia abesinko na yenkwa ne nchen ne yeni nkomo kakra emfamfa party no bebia ewo ne anagba hodro awo mu etu no ye wa no party menka ye mo achi adawase no wo mre
yo mejo so Agya Kwabena
jo ya tun ka che wo hye ho
Agya Kwabena me shawo pa
adon ana adon ho atesa
Dabi o me fa me honte o na won hwehwe me oni UTV for na won hwehwe me mfre me
ene ne fide kwedi ahya ase anesa
ai me damase
mfre da so papa
na many kan ema watiefo ni wahwefo nyina ene me de me mo ache me fa nchi akase mo nyina
jo wo mu nyina je osododo bra ye to abawie ye party ye MPP amayoko no etu anama bako minu miensa bi na nsan omoko thank you tour na thank you tour no wuhunu sen se party akọ akansie na omadi nkuguo na omoko thank you tour nsam bako minu miensa bi esisi ye no wuhunu se thank you tour no na nka se omoko ananse se omoko na omoko ye no nipa ekọ no na ankase bi no ka no man ka o sanso okra ye hu
yo me da se so de me ebusa me thank you to asa ye nyina nim se party ni nkugu a yegu ye edi ye e wo 2024 abato no e nkugu a ya rehu sempa enti ama party ni gina ye enye samre ya menemo kasa wo mo tie me be hu se party ni gina ye no enye kra out of 275 constituencies declared Emrashebeja, you will move 88. NDC will move 183. Regions very 4 crowd or there, you need MP crowd. 5 regions or where your MP 111. Greater Accra have minimal Kasa no pay out of 33 constituencies declared in Greater Accra. MPP were 5, NDC were 28. Enti yewie abatwe ye nyina obia moto ye kana na ye di chesi NDC 2024 no e ko dichi no ye prepara ye ho ahai wo mo afiri mu ko ka no kra no ankoyi ka no asai kra ye nsiesie ka ne ntimi ni ka ne mfiri dichi ne mo e ma mesiesie ye enti eye nkugu a ahaye amayo bia amoto na fe emkoti ayesi ekọ thank you to no de me no manko bi eye no kre ye de mhu ye ni se na wasi ye di awere chichire ana echewpa eni dikan e de koma party manyina se mpanimfu edi enimu e wo national level any regional level any constituency level ejumedi answeni enunti ye the mother rank and file of the party ye the chopper mawo ye hu ni sa ye say national call thank you talk afi thank you talk no class so a ekokodane say a campaign talk for the immediate flag bearer Dr. Bawumia sa ne kuwie ye ekoduru Kumasi kwa de na entokwa abem na Bono region kwa so akasakasa ko baaye na said ye call ye na ehiafo timi ka omobuso asemu ana sikafo so bedru Kumasi Ashanti region entokwa bisi ni nyina no ye be sa de ne ba no afutu amede baaye se na ehun hia sa amre no ni mum ye nyamre na ye mfa chawpa embo enkantra manfo ma party mabon to wo mo ye bisi ni padodo party madodo eni di yaw mfie nwotwe wo mu a mfie nwotwe eno man koya ma wo nyina no omudi yaw eno nti se nkugo we aba ni esa akikire party ni foforo se de be ye ho be ya akona ihia mre ihia abotre ihia kasade ena de kosi thank you to yehu ni nyina hu ehun so nsanso eno nti mi mom de manko bi visa na mfize eye empepere ho na wo se chawpa eni di kamba eni nkabomu na afi ye de na ase no so ato aso ne mo ntimi mfa na ase wa bra wo di nkugu na aso koda ase wa na wo koda na ase enso m call ye no constituency executives any regional campaign team for na ne frefre wo men ni kwa se basa padodo na to aba no ene doso na akofre kakra bi se me beda mo ase a na entwa yi enu nti na me de me ma nko bi no
etu baka ni se sa thank you to no mo kwa faso bi amaso
oh said the missy hu no de me hu se mfaso ba so if say ekoye say immediate pass flag bearer and was work on a thank you to be krata no wo mo de bray mu bi no mo say thank you to no o mo kire yen say national leadership of the party national executives in the animu em ya kosa thank you to no be kire hu say na flag bearer immediate 2024 flag bearer any idea ni mo si ko thank you to enti emfaso bia de me hu se emfaso ba so ewie ye se na me ka kire mo na kasakasa e ba ye any DC Kumasi a tokwa esi ho no mo nyina na chese eti hu de amfa bibi papa bia amaso amamba party no
na se
na party ma hwehwe ni se e chawpa e be free national level e de beba party ma ho eno eni bi kasa edi abotayem ebeba na party ma hwehwe
na sana saka thank you to no bekoso no party say mo amoye leadership of the party any mo amoye mpanyfo party no mo anhia antoato adwene say we ne yepese ye ansa na mutu sa na mo no ana say executives no leadership na etu anamo no ana mo bo mo amoye party mpanyfo na amane mo amo hye na amane
we krata o mo de bre mu bi no ye say national council kushiae and national council ditu mu say party no runs embassy under the leadership of the national executive. In this year, sa anamontu na ni say national chairman, any the other national officers, including general secretary, and na omu bedi anymore because omu na party no opposition. Party no so opposition na yenim say the otu ni a obetimi afre yen si yemrenhye mudie ni enko baabi a national chairman. So national chairman ni ho a first national first vice chairman and obetimi edi say adwuma no. Enti si ebe wie no na senye wo mu na edi animu na emom 2024 flag bearer na edi animu a na chefe antwaye achia na akwakoye eventually yenyina hu say ekoda na say another campaign tour. Enti no krata o ebaaye no de na krata kire say national leadership in a bedi animu. So national leadership in a bedi animu so bia nim say national chairman, general secretary and the other national officers in a bedi animu amaedi say adwuma no. Benye sa ene koye.
Yamra na nsanji na si omosie say general bosome no na mobetu abayi dia obetu franka e de ama MPP amanyuko no de di kama bisa sa obe contest bia na
Agya Kwabena ni so ade hunu da so ho enti nani enyam fi nyame no so medaye no onso medaye foforo bia
nto beba
ntimlepem no bibia nsime kwan
to baba
na what say oh yes se bibia nsime kwan ya de a yebusa me amaka nti se me ka ne se ya me se bibia nsime kwan ya na kire sa
azaka so gina si o masie se 31st January na se January no betu mo betu abade yi oye de betu franka de amamo no wo hunu ni sei
sa gina yi ba ye be me ebena de etwemu yi kasa bebre na akoso na hwemu a kasa akoso ni nyina no ye kasa tia sa gina ye no National Council ko hia na minim ahopetra ye pre ye ho na hefa na die kwa akohwie as a party ye nyina no Agya Kwabena ne etiefu amotie ni ye end game ne 2028 ye betimi edinkunim ne ya nhihye won ye noma susu ye bede ne edinkunim so noma su hwiegu a na wo so ogu sede obesi ahihye ne ye enna asetena muso aye wo ye die ehia ansa na ya ye die efata wanye die ehia na akoye die fata pe kan hu se die fata no enkuyi na wo so ye die ehia ansa adenti na 31st January 2026 yes ye kwa akoyi franka tuni e dia mai for 2028 elections wa bra party ma ye edi yaw party nhyehyɛ a ɛwɔ hɔ no mukura no yɛntimi yɛ Professor Michael Kwe report ba yehu ye dodo no yehu ye ekosi general secretary ho na mahia na msi yebeko national conference 19th July 2025 yes yenim say recommendations for constitutional amendment and ɛwɔ hɔ no mo yenkosi sa gina ye no ehu ye constitution no mu ensachiraye a ye ko sachire mu de de beka ho ye bi ye free mu yenhu ni nyina enwie ye yesi akohye date say in the next 6 or 7 months ye beka akoyi franka tuni de ama party no intermediate ma criticize sa decision na condemn and ma call on the National Council to review the decision now mum putting on hold. Social party constitution social constitution summary constitution say the party ni wo opposition ya should be 24 months to the next general election. I was it me ye franka tuni me si su bi mama etiefo atie yen party constitution brofu mo say when the party is in opposition not later than 24 months to the next general election, the party shall elect its flag bearer. And if you be 24 months, a Chilean say, you will the whole of January 2026 up to December 2026 to elect the flag bearer. And Timna party no opposition in 2014. Rebecca 2014. Ye flag bearer 18th October 2014 Samre na party no ewo opposition obi anka wahe yenim se sana na ewo seba no na this time se asambo opposition ya January 2026 ye san ko disa adwuma na akoye se ye prepare ye ho wa bra no ma wo se ye de toto akwan so yesise normal no yenye ni nyina agya nkoti a yesi da bi this time no ye free bibi decision making process e free no top down approach in decision making instead of bottom up this time almost ye be na top down inti o si franka tuni and sana ye yi omo a other executives meanwhile agya National Council so asa ka say afi December ya eda enimi eni be yen polling station executives. Na we you polling station executives ya. Then you say also call bottom up. And you also call coordinators. Now call constituency executives. Now call regional executives. Now call national executives. Now we no. What ba be on flag bearer. Must there be ye kuyi polling station for ne doors ni wia ye mo we mu nyina ntra ye nkonkoyi national ye nkoyi flag bearer. So is it a top down or a bottom up, or is a blend or a mixture of top down and bottom up approaches? We should manage a recipe for confusion, recipe for conflict, and maybe recipe for collapse. Any say a banisa. Na mensanchire mobi. Yesi July ye call akwa constitutional amendment in the national conference e won try. Ukoye national conference ni wia. Afi na approved amendment ni to the constitution no. Proposals by the approval ye nyina no. Afi na general secretary on any secretariat wo mo be kwa put the whole new amended constitution together. No more printing in no more timia circulated all the 276 constituencies. So you may the General Secretary won't mean for Dako, won't mean for now, won't mean for Bosome and a bay. She be Quebec 2 months or 3 months. And obey me. Ya approve July conference proposal, say you know. I feel there was a year the whole document printing that will be a wabi to be water with the Edinburgh constituency party offices, secretariat at the Yako. And sana activities that was a bano, a beba. Now, more cautious are DT for flag bearer 31st January 2026. Here we see and we say, Agya, a tearful. And maybe in a party, no, it be open nomination, near closest nomination. Na yako vetting. Na National Council approve qualified contestants. And no no. Maybe na contestants no be access to list voters eventually by a friend album in the party no. Maybe na qualified contestants no. Ebenya access to the album or to the voters register so they are to about it all the 276 constituencies. Internet says a decision the practical implementation of Krano. A payer my party national secretariat and constituency secretariat to implement. A payer ama prospective contestants a pray. Sa Frankatu Akunyano. A besa cry I din edia ma party ma womo betos abano. If it's a woman yam mere intimi fa in susu contestants no enshu bia and carry bia and sheni ye and sana 31st January 2026 no aba. Ya kwa this argument. It is a washer legally constitution kwa emreno party constitution ne kwa sukrano and no ma beto sini wo hwe the party constitution no so a say flag bearer contest no presidential primaries no it was a general secretary ma at least 6 months not later than 6 months notice no also de ma ansa na ebe kwa akoto aba no enti notice ne be time ben wo open nomination no after July conferencing, Tam Ben, the General Secretary, will open nomination for the flag bearer. Tam Ben will be close to nomination. Tam Ben will be say, more submitting more nomination, more for vetting, and Sania approval. Into Oshemua, by the Constitution and by practical implementation, a media, a bayeding, and ya criticize ya condemn decision and then movement.
You're a denimo, and say, ya, who so say, wouldn't chirimu ya ba, and run near Nana B. Dinkomo, a wufia. On also chirimu say, and a more good to know the interest of the party into Mutu Sanamono, said the Baya. So ya dear be obi mumpa, so much to me share. Now, one yen yama to 2 and a morning 10 temna say, you to me a flag bearer and in temna. Ebe bua amasa obidi ya woni mumpoa ombetumi ahwe ahele odipa no mamenka ne sasa onipa no ya ikam obia akoma toni yam amobia so nya party no hu dobio ansana you be ko to about 2028 ya to about 2028 and taso mu ma
na bi onya asasem na wo ka no wusisi obi wuchichiri obi nsagu na chi na wusisi no na wo ye de open na wunya de open via obetimi aka che nipa ne se onsa medi wachi oma obede no abanti na bi national organizer onya nsem na wo ka no na the party na beduru na ni brewum amanfo edi yaw no dɔɔso sene wo no nti wɔhwɛ no oni asɛm ka onyai die tie nie na nsɛm wɔnkyɛɛ bɛyɛ last month or so ɔmokɔ conference ɛwɔ Belgium ɛno tro no ɔmokɔ UK means sure sɛ na bi no ka ho ɛkɔɔyɛ ɛma ɔne Dr. Baumiamo 2024 flag bearer ɔmokɔhyia UK branch MPP ɛwɔ London Dr. Baumia kasa mu ɛna ɔde tu dwa sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnyi flag bearer by January saa sɛ mo video ɛba so on social media nam so baabia sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a flag bearer no bɛnya bɛyɛ mfie mmiɛnsa na watumi de ayɛ adwuma na yɛtumi adi nkonim nti ɔbɛka saa sɛ mu yɛn kyerɛ sɛ deɛ ɔmokɔbɔɔ pɔ wɔ London no a ɛbɛtɔ dwa no ɛno na ɔno na bi no ɔfo aso nti na ɔmokɔdi saa adwuma yi ɛna no brade etwa mu ya na onya aka amanfo odi yaw ni enhwɛ kwan a yɛbɛtoto nɔɔma no ama na yeye agya deɛ bɛma wo bia bo atɔ ne yam ne sɛ pɛpɛpɛ yɔ ɛbɛyɛ adwuma
okay pɛpɛpɛ no sesan
justice sɛ pɛpɛpɛ yɔ ni hɔ a wobɛyɛ dɛ no atumi anya nkabɔ mu ma nkyirikyiri mu a mede aba to bɛtu kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ dwumadi a mpɛsɛ yɛdi ne 31st January no ɛbɛyɛ den ɛde ama yɛn nyinaa meanwhile so party constitution yɛwɔ the whole of January to December next year nti adɛn nti yɛntumi ne dwuma no bɛyɛ 3rd quarter or 4th quarter ebia October, November or December or September 2014 yɛwɔ opposition no na constitution yɛ a ɔhɔ yi saa na nɛteɛ ɛno nti ne yɛyɛ party no yɛyɛ flag bearer election no yɛyɛ no 18th October 2014 ɛne yɛdidi yɛyɛ saa flag bearer election no nti ade nti na yɛntumi ntwɛn so ne yɛnkɔyɛ no the last quarter of 2026 na sɛ justice pɛpɛpɛ yɔ ama na wɔkyekyere amanfoɔ wumia prospective contestants na a delegate beto aba yehu wo mo na amanfo wuhia a so bi team bia ne nkrofo so bedi yawo na obede na wabenya nkabo mu no enye mfie miensa na obetimi de ahili obi a wodi yawo agya se Ghana fo beto aba ma MPP hu ya akono na ebeka busumi nsia ye ya to general election busumi nsia na ebe yi flag bearer me wo gidie eni me wo gidie se Ghana fo ehu se ye yi flag bearer Ghana fo pa ombeto aba e de ama ye se aka busumi nsia kra no ombeto aba e de ama MPP
enti ugidi se de ekoyi no ai se de ye chinchin monsa mo amoye prospective contestants no ye chinchin monsa to favor some people and somebody.
Well, sana etie se na mema on fatu meeting e course wo London ye free Dr. Baumienu mu bae sick by January 2026 na Kenya flag bearer enti wo ko meeting wo hwemu a na chese sana mo pesa ye kokoye no na wo chimo bi nsagu na chiwie na wo wi a obeka se me chimo nsagu achi na mabro sotro mabo kra ade watu fo matiti a wo so awie na wo wi a wo sa be di machi ye hu similar situations so 2014 2023 eno nti na party ma bebre asori agina se de ekono enye e wasi enyamre adenti ne wo the whole of 12 months next year to do this exercise na mpesa mo de ekokoshe the very first month and I was a good this ajumai enye enyamre there's no need to see a baby be a friend a top down approach ye here bottom up approach said the idea mfato ho no wo besi dan a unkoboso unfa chance ni nsinsem wie mu ye ansa no aba betu foundation the better na chance no esenwie ni bigina enyina e wo say we foundation na foundation na ehun ye den inti se wo ko 20 floors wo ko 100 floors wo ko 200 floors o foundation na ejina emu odin no no na be so dan ni mu a to any flyer design
yara de ni mo we de ebre ni ti ye du be sia na ansa na be gya kwama akokrakra no se still na no se de kwe sa na be kwa so a contest me say na homa na teko ye beda na se ebre no ni penchirichiri mu afiri nche sanse wono se kan pipiama yuko no dimu akotini papa wura adani mu na so no nyafo adani mu ena yene no edi nkomo na no pay edefa NPP January 31st gina ya omo asie se wo mo kwa kohwe se obetumi etu betu aba eyi do betu franka ede ama wo mo no ena yene no edi hu nkomo nti ye beba fie na fe ya hyase na yedi nkomo binifa so yasompa elo ye ni osesikase mu wo benfo fidua ya nkwanta edi akwanta na nabo ache tromo ne de kronkron eno no ya wabeka mensa sanso no nyamfo one day wono so ye on ye sise no waje atenase wotwe no mutan sise ono a oboha ne constituency saa ne be ya kopem se be ya na saa antino ono nyamfo one day so ewa ha wabeka mensa ewa ha no eye emrashibedwani wo constituency no kura na mi refill atwifo atibokwa abatumpesua so wono woba ama NDC ama yuko no ena fe onunyafo kwaliso so amankwa enkane mention of emrashibedwani edema NPP sisei onye emrashibedwani biu wono so ababeka mensa wo fi ha wono so NPP dimu ena oba bedwafo da munyina asede mo mra mamakwa aba
yeah so
good yabena yaba anopena me kasam kitwa bi e de fa de asi ewo gbawe no ho na me se kire bi hwe na ye de no ho enkomo kwale so hwe sem fanfiri so bottom up bottom middle bottom up middle up bottom middle bottom sa akokwa bibie ho bi wutie ensam a ewurade ni mo kan no pay ene party panifo bi nsamo maka ti so nua for boachi eja akonso akasa ene bi no makasa de afa na mo a party ni panifo etu ya o mchese enya de abeboa party no wuhunu ne saa so hunu ne saa de ntia wuhunu ne saa so de a adintra mama osemadu
yo medase Agya Kwabena now the opposition there yes severe mayana
oh so wo die ni si wo
me dey na si dey
wo die
o dike dia
wan dia
o dike
wo na wa ha ye ni mu bia ya Yohana obi nti wo die we die no bia die
yo mechia Ghana for na mechia teacher ni patriotic party for mechia obi a
can say ni
na menu anum so Bondi ne lawyer right mechia sa asem bia mai we yasa senyasa ana we ya dia was say o ha wani anopa yi na top down middle hwan center right again we yasem enya asem a new patriotic party sebi enya fan club it's a political party being governed by constitution into your constitution no SSN sebi menya sure say National Executive Council any National Council and National Executive Committee meet your mokoko ye no na enamra kwan so omo gina emrane so in fact we article 13 of our constitution clearly no sa to me no say yempe baby e beto aba yempe baby a ya dapot ye behye nyina to me no eye National Council no na constitution ne de say to me na ma ho sa de no ankoso sa akoso almost late 31st January 2026 say nyame de yenkwacha ye ne a yenkohwe na yenyi eye presidential primaries no emfree ho dia ka bia ye adwenche. So far I've gone through 59 proposals, amendment proposals. Ye kwa kojina ye constitution na krona so na ye hwe nkrabata bi kwa adwenche se bi nyansa ni ba ko fotin party for e di adwenche bebre aba eno ye papa ko ye ho adwuma. The issue of say limited expansion and I say electoral expansion at the polling station no eno suggesting bebre naba ebimo a suggest say yema former polling station for no and to be sa akonya e back there say ye biemu a ebimo so a suggest say due to financial constraints near the identity no ka yemfa mienu mom enka ho ebi so say oh yema obia card bearer member be of good standing and to abani bi eye adwenche Sebi, unfortunately, the BH. Based on our party's constitution, National Council Akasa, Mejitum says, Sana conference, which is the highest decision-making body of our party, after National Council, who will speak next month. Either Omobekwako affirm the decision by the National Council, no. Ana say omubobogu eno ne democracy.
Oh, okay. Nti for now no ejegina si aye obi antumi nya hu bibia ma ne. Debi ye betuma ye hu bibi. Na mom no argument e koso ni nchechirimu no we for we is against. Me from where I sit sa na democracy e grow. Ye makwan obi anche na adwene. Ofre me senior engineer Adenimu. Wachirim sana ofre omo proponents of sa top down approach na almost so be chirim say reasons we and the tertiary say be penfo say ye di ye ni fam na ye aso ato form conference dodo na eye constituency executive members no omo tie ni ekoso obia no obia efemu adwene enti die ebeto dodo na asumu no eno ne yekọ akọ ratify na say yekọ akọ afemi enti we die me hu die enti e wo say we edi ntokwaba me hu die enti e say we di kasetwitwe ni mpuatwaba na obia twia obi twia bi mpo obia ntokwaba say adwenkyere
say adwenkyere no say yete ye ho ase a enkoba se wokra wo dia de to so yansa na wo be intro di na wo ka se wo de wa wo si ha wani kiremu ni frisoro frimfimfini what the meche no eno so na firi because ye party baako na ye kwa take this decision as to say ye beji ato ana say ye njinto we ya de also be tena baby ka se NJ da MPP eja ben. Let me tell you something. NPP is a religion. No man born of a woman can break NPP. What is the mission? I'm say me knew the way be mu hu. This has to be a religious body see. Na yenuanom Roman for na bi mususu say nka Methodist eco-free mu ba na nka Roman ni begu Protestants ba ye charismatic Pentecostal sne ade na nkrofo wa but church no emu de gu ye. It tells you say MPP no say obi say o te ne ho o kojina say a ma men kan si su dua say eno antimi break MPP da.
When your formation so be perception.
Now na mo ya mo frefre nkrofo say na ade ate say mo be party ate say mo be yesi ni ade. So we are yes interview.
My friend, one of my friend now, and not pay me for one of my friend, and then money a friend, one can so better party.
No, me can't massam say. Sadia na ya na she yentiri say we are going through internal elections. I said MPP entimi emfrimu enyina brane bio as a party no gije to extend say party no eni anida so party no anida so party no anida so Agya Kwabena, I have communicated for this party more than 2 decades. Enyema bi a yefa mu bi a yefa mu bi pen eno nti ena da bi a ya na me advice it through communicators a omo betna wa fidie so say eye party baako kuro baako ena mpanimfo ewom akonwa beto ena obi a pese sebi obetu franka me eye me ma asudie ene ma sedie se sam mpanimfo ni nyina no me bo obi a ho ban because at the end of the day no say the dodo no be kire no ewia ye ko into elections. Internet, never forget. And then ya na yabo wasem na okan ne di akire. Na se wo bebre ne se ombre. Se wo betiti fie bi a na nka sa time no de bekọ ye campaign no a. Enti no eye afutu sem. But if not for politics sabi mpanimfo a wo mo si agan yi. Be Dr. Baumia na se Dr. Branchampo na Kennedy Ohine Japan menua panyini engineer Adenimo Dr. Duchum Kwabena J Japan ene lawyer Patrick Boama wo de obi a ne din popi abia sabi omo mpanimfo we what tinase na was steady on abrabo a wo mabo ene ekwan a wo ye MPP ni na oton wo mo a ye beto aba ne bewie no eno ne ya na yetimi demonstrate we have the men na wo no panyini no ugu ni hu fi o se no enkrofo ahai bloggers and social media no dirty politics na ekoso you good nipa bi hu fia to extend that ya what your be say what do they seek to gain because amayokoba
what tie nkoma we die na ewura da ni mo kana o se said the ade no eko no e kame ase nhyiam bi koso ewo London ne Belgium ama the former flag bearer Dr. Baumia can say sankebe yi a anka monto aban fan ni dubetu franka no January de okan ye no e kame ese no na sisi no ya ye adwuma nti the way a ekọ no kame so mo ye bibi to favor him say ono Dr. Baumia no ni complain ya odi manase na sama working ni eni nyina so de to so mienu say bibi every party no mo ba I quite remember say before the 2024 election no wona yeni bebia na obi ana o support to anasa
no na say me there obi ani say on record I've supported a Alan Martin since 2003 enti o free party nim na meso so make a party
okay enti
it's a public records
bibi koso na ade na o say why ade o chichiro bi nsagu na chi na wahwe na so ma bu na tietia no so uwie a o se betai bra na yenko ugi di say o say yes ano a onipa no ma ya odi enti anya de obeba enti ni sa consensus yo mu raise no anya de say party ni fa ne say ni brisam
no I think there's wisdom in what Dr. Francis Adenimo eka because say obeya de na bia wonua Benjamin Asepo eno so no eka adwumaden ni bi no ho no you want say obi an de boneche enye obi an na sabi party no o de ne fa tibia bi mu a obewie no obetimi de acha na obenya opepa be di campaign na chi enti sa consensus ni na no must be factored into consideration what you say but the me person me kire ne say adwenkyere na ekoso no nche say MPP no egu ana say e break it up say basa de na ye nyatwom
na when can say break it up
no may address issues what is the me so platform ne so enti omo hweme no omo nim ansem no ba bi a me pese me kan de ko ne efutu a me pese me de ma party for no say eduru ba bi na ye mpanyin tokwa a na mpanyin for no kasa ye ne e wachiri no ye nhwe kwan a yebefa so a yenso so yebedi agro no because why you very careful me this is my personal experience ye party adwuma che na o started nin crofo nya special relationship a why you careful la benifo no ebe wie no omutimi ko reconcile na mo amudi achi na mo akam onim sa o benifo omuti say ye koto aba ni wi a ne ye che nkonwa na frontliners omo ne de nkonwa ne mo manza na mo amaka wabam because omo demonstrate bibi wo mo nti e pese showcase wo mo nti wo a wo ye ugina obi achi no you ought to be measured with some of comments ye see nipa bi koso egu nipa bi hu fin no media we should be guided by history any there internet betuma yew afa bedu baby wo nipa kron usi say then you become a walking contradiction and in politics say you describe us obi a say we are on principle may I have been consistent say me ka say odike na me pena nobody can change me.
Enti sa hye o mo
ye odike enya no odike wia de dodo no de ne beba no I'll be the first person
no better na
I'm me campaign
who you for ana against sa January 31st
conference will decide
who you for
me say conference will decide because me tina ha asem America no me ka asem a ebe ka me party na bom me ka asem a obi a owa chire bia be hu say oh adwenche na ekoso they say me take hardline position wa ha me dem advice o mo maka e ba sakro mu ntie me
okay ena se onanyafo koloso so mankwa na yete ne nka no se sisi na ura kwasi ade odike ono na oye kofare bade ma United Progressive Party UPP amayeko no so abekansa odike akwaba that's it Mondi
papa
utie yewura de ni mo ne nsama waka ne de onanyafo koloso so mankwa so ede atachiri obi beka so obi na nya ne fi asem ntanka onka na so edan ya akoya manyosem ide kire wadwene na me so me kire madwene wo mo opponent the possibility so betuma asan ba mu biu no wo betuma asan aba enti wo hu ni say etise owura adani mo ka se mi o se akame se party no pre no ho executive no pre wo mo ho na mo pre mo ho e de akwani san say in 2014 no omo to aba 18th October 2014 2 years before the election. And we no see two abano January they na kwese 36 months before the election. Now see history abakosem ntemu abakosem ntino. Ese so mo hwe se na be yo chena bi no enkofa wo how bia emre party no. Wo tie kire wo so hunu ni sai. Simadu.
Menu ya minchi ona minchi wana nya bra hwe lawyer any menu ya me bra penny ni me papa ya movement no
our address me you pinya parties and majai
ntisi ano
union government
union
kabo maban
o ka obi abo
ye nyina ye kabo ni aye Ghana
ntia union government what you say
ya ka me bro book ni
me bra penny no adam me kan ni book
me bro bi
me ma me book
adam me kan ni book na book no mo
ba ko o ka no producer
we are ba ni bin kan union government o ka obi abo
se ka mo ba ne bi asida
ya nya practice
ebi asida ka mo ba yen won ka mo ba
o ye no
na me because
na second SMC ku ni
na no
e ba ntu wa nya anye
and then said the reality is and e be si Ghana
oh yes yes partisan democracy be
me kan the book ni we na me call his excellency John Mahama wana me ka chen so ompe baby financial na ase the book no everything I really kakra nti e be any afi bi amama
qual is mama bi
ba min chia woni anya bre tie hwe ba min chia his excellency John Dramani Mahama atu forcing atu or force ampa ama dollar no ne ho akire ne den ama cedi no anya ho den ana me no ka say no encrophobia ebre baaya na wo mo si Russia Ukraine war ama diesel kodu 23 Ghana cedis na petrol ekodu 18 Ghana cedis per liter. Ebra no amofa petrol no 14 cedis per gallon. And then Ukraine-Russia war no kwa na ekoso. And yanya a whole Israel. Any Gaza for enya. Israel any Iran for enya. Nanso ya petrol bo no ba no oba from. I told the force in apa. No problem. I mean, these are some of the lessons you learn. Sometimes you need to taste a very horrible governance. And it's in Amia Wadona Benya, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now was so muye. Ghana for Mummy and Son muye. MPP force you on Beso Moko early Congress. Echo you on flag bearer. Now strategy or more adopted, you know. Me sure that whom ye. We know it cannot be bottom up or up bottom approach. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing like that. If they say, so okay, say bottom up. Just say we be grassroots, no. We be you 1 year pulling station agents, no. We are no be constituency executives. We are no maswaba region. I be regional executives. We are no about be national executives. That forms a party. That is the structure of a party, fully formed, headed by the chairman of the party, duly elected. That is bottom-up approach. That is why he elected a structure that will superintend over selecting an individual who is willing and so qualified by the Constitution to lead the party into an election. That's what it is. So yeah, up bottom approach or whatever. What it means is that you elect the chairman of the party. Then you come to the executives at the top, national executives. Nawaba regional executives. Nawaba constituency executive, which of course represent the district executives. Then you go to the ground, which of course is a branch. Then you are talking about the up-bottom approach. Now, election of a flag bearer have no position in this bearing. Oh, I've said the last time, you know I'm a strategist. That's what I do, one of the things I do. And that I could offer my service to the MPP free of charge. I won't take money, I mean, pro bono, I'll give to you free of charge. Why? Because Tio, Ceciano. Ceciano Kwabena. Nami mo asem den kan fa me ho. Ceciano. Monyi obia. What it means is that, see, listen, what it means is that you don't have a structure. You don't have constituency executives. You don't have branch executives. You don't have regional executives. You don't have national executives. It is the old one I'm elected. No? What my age, you might be drum on purpose, or more middle. No? Anna, most sorry, I'm flag bearer. So we'll superintend over all these activities and make a party that is going to elect a flag bearer to go for a national election. Tandra made how can some memory is, you know, what the topics made that just advice I send me the man. I don't really know what they intend doing, but you know what it means.
Strategy is not confused. Nah.
You know, hold on. You know what it means. It means that we have a bunch of confused people who, after wrecking this country, destroying this country, are so confused among themselves and they do not know what to do. We have people who are so confused to extent, say, wanting to mean Boaba, Woman Kasampo, and Juano. That means me papa, Penipa, Medio Buni, and Nidia Mano, Ada anymore. No, what can be said? There is a video circulating say Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia akoka ewo London say womo enye elected flag bearer in January. And enuna Nanabi mu edi ejuma, a huge confusion. Because you see, as we speak now, His Excellency the former flag bearer of the MPP, the former Vice President, His Excellency Mahamudu Bawumia, have no official position in the MPP. So he couldn't make a decision for the party to so follow. I mean, these are fundamentals that individuals who engage in politics must know. You don't need PhD to know all these things. You don't. Into the Swanuni Kasa. And into the Moko ye flag bearer January. I'm sorry, you have no structure. The party has no structure. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to say your company and pass. Say Argentina no structure.
Again, I'm telling you. Again, says Argentina no omo diswa. It tell you how confused they are to go for an advice that has no basis.
How?
From an ordinary party member.
He's not.
He is.
No.
What is his position in the
former
party?
Vice President. He was the immediate past.
What about former president?
And he's a member of National Council.
National Council.
But what about the former president of their party, Dear Kufuor? What about him? Would you compare a vice presidential, a former vice president, a failed presidential candidate, to a president, two-term president, a sitting former president in their party? Will you compare this? I mean, so the point I'm making to you is, they say Siano, NPP ni structure biya, omo de elect you, omo flag bearer. But hey, what do I even care about it? I never wish them politically well. Politically, I would never wish the MP because you see, Crawford na bemam in Numa say Poto Ghana. I'll give you a typical example. No, 2015, 2014, 2015, 2016, you could sit in the office and pick a phone, and call UTV. And what's the name? Amwabin Bank, your friend is saying.
UT Bank.
UT Bank. Back. Hello, boss. Me here. Ebia credit facility. Say. Ubedru hono. Now things are almost ready. You are signing. A business is moving. Share a friend is saying Unibank. Are you telling me say brother na wo mugu Unibank no? Na Unibank any Okforiata Bank your friend is saying
Data Bank.
Data Bank the Unibank at the time. Now one thing. These are people who are nation destroyers. No, I never wish them politically well. So moboba bemu biombe den. But the point is that they are Ghanaians. Until now, what must somebody see a KBA? Andra. 3 days ago, MPs no, a big call about me FA. No call and a reporter by and say, Omunam 60, TMU, Omunam 60, and a call about me FA. One call and woman see woman declare support. Emma Baumia. Okay? Now, Faye, appear could be or former MP. Oh, Omo no be more Casoboca Treso, Omo Yan Fracadam. Na said ya no one dey akira nkobi a omo be victimize o wo mo na kute sika no na fe Canada ko kwa Japan ono so say MPP for back MPs no back 50 and I declare support ama no. But listen, practically MPP for parliament omo 88 members of parliament. It is a 60 see omo support Bawumia. Now 50. See almost support that practically, mathematically is 110. But they are only 88 in parliament. These are confused guys. I'm sorry. Don't you get it? These are confused. So what? It is either one is lying to the other or all of them are lying to themselves. Do you understand that? Look, according to say better na nipa be 17 or 18 contest o ma bre so mo call flag bearer no. Ubi so bia o say Nyankopon ye a kire ne so o me president. So the kind of God who might have revealed to all of them so many president at the same time. When that God knows, sir, Ghana ha nipa ba kuma na president, God must be lying or they are lying to themselves. And so these are people you don't really take serious.
Okay, so take
sorry, I mean, so their results will tell you, say you don't take them serious. No, I mean there is no meaning in what they are doing. You see, in every formula, there must be something you must follow to get what they are doing. There is no formula. I mean, these are people who jump from anywhere. As a wonder,
strategy.
So these are people who has no. Where will you start from? Where are they starting from? They are starting from a party that has no structure, but are going to elect a flag bearer who will superintend that activity. Because I tell you what, Ceciano, they have old executives. They do not have elected executives as an they are executives that are outgoing executives. But they will have to elect a new executive to go for a new flag bearer. What do you mean? So the fact is that they don't even have a structure. You understand?
Okay.
So the point is, they are almost quiet. Mami ka bibi nchiro.
Okay, na mimi sa
very short. Okay,
mimi sa bibi say ya hwe nsem bi esisi ye bibi abese nko. Asem na kese bibi sa no yanfo okole so so mankwa. Say Tamale bro mo call mo dey na conference na congress
Tamale ni ko ya.
Ah fuko ni kwa Japan sem kokko ba.
Conference ya.
Sabre no na mampani wotwemu na nado. I can say he can't work with some people. Nipa bi onu wo mutumi enye adwuma.
Allegedly.
Whether yes. So onu wo mo entumi
say your spray campaign.
Yes.
Yeah, they to form. But won tin nipa na no.
Only some particular people be entumi enye adwuma. Enti the way anema ko yemfa ne say e bia omato aba na wie. Yura can Japan. No problem. Yura can Japan and Edinkunim.
Yes.
To bring some people back to unite. So Bakobin in Abu Som Ramonko Yajumano. And Yading. And now some friends of Dr. Baumian Ewinia. Would you say? San Samurai then Mukan say. I can say party for ni being penny for ni be a yadia a bit favor one particular candidate, you know. It says so say January no mo to abade apade apa January mo to abade ntino wo di say enko ba say ebe man kan bo me say party ni nya no ebe ye den pa
Kwabena me ya no ma
3 minutes na 2 minutes.
The fact is that 3 minutes na the fact is that tie MPP for
party asem waso
ma so manya hwe mo ya Ghana for mo na mo say your mind say ya kan tie me. That's exactly what is going to happen. That's exactly what is going to happen. Fanny say, and the Omoya and say Baumian and Crawford and Kutiscano. And Tiantu ni Baumiantam. What you say? Nian so we Baumia, then Yamiasi Pribono. And Ti Omuntuni Baumiantam. No, ya executive for Yenny Epe. Because I want flag bearer, no. So I know the name. Now, so we executive now on folly line. Automatically, you are going home. Anti Omunye Womwa, a bet folly line, no. In time na Canada Japan Crawford no yam pam wo ntem enkonchen. But I want to tell you something. Sadia no e betimi e bomo party ni forever. Do you know why? So mo ye flag bearer January mo 36 months to election. Any party at all can formed out of it and have enough time to prepare to contest and will be significant. But sankaya dia utiemi. But we wo nipa no maybe a year to election answer no be pre-so be for me part to break away near there no na time on poaso until he may not be significant but so many panic crying 36 months to election when there is and there will be a breakout seriously I know MPPP you know so bomb say Kenya you would have enough time for the person to prepare and contest you properly and will become significant. That is number one. Point number two. It is just to kind of create division among themselves the more. And my concern is Ghana near war, woman talk a bit me a kayen. The division is that say and you Brian or bad ding. You were a co-preku or bad ding. You were a Dr. Baumia and also Bamboa.
Dr. Duchum,
Dr. Duchum. Oh, sorry, Penny.
Duchum soba.
Kwabena
Japan. You are having a lot more people one more barber contesting. What do you say? And for me, if the MPP will listen, this decision is one of the poorest decisions they are taking. Go back and elect a structure of your party. Then you can let the structure elect a flag bearer. You don't build a roof in the sky and now think of going to look for foundation to support it. You don't do that. It is a fundamental truth. They are so confused and they don't even know how to even elect a flag bearer.
Do you see party nature say 24 months before the general election. And now 24 months, you know.
So they are not even
or see before, you know, a bit you 36 months,
absolutely.
You know, if you are party for no and from
absolutely
from Subia Sana, Unanya for Usama Kwa Ekano, Omanian from Subia. But what's your name, some workana? What church you must say? A bit bay and a mube ye a beer, one more, a better abano, a album no crano. Aspirants and submit to me aka. Now woman shushimu. Now woman ya bring po campaign. And who bring on beto just say I be a brea ano din because akaba busu me be yensiape. Busu say wo July mu.
So I come here say o di January
can say busu me enso. Abema adwuma no aye papi wo brea ye wo mmere bebre. E wo ye nimuti no e be say de omo ye ade say na be ye betumi a favor obi na ama wo mo aka no. Wọ́n ho atumi akire wọ́n ni bibia etisa enya de betumi aboma somdwei ene perepere yatumi aba but enra ebra na yakonama ne nana boachi edi nkomo nana bi edi nkomo fie no kan say wọ́n mo yes side say be wọ́n benya enough time to heal wọ́n mo a ebia wọ́n di yawo mu no but tutu adani mu so se no we ya ma ekurofufura ya aba ekundada na we enkugo kuro no wo ho wo ma ankoyi ama o mo bra mo aban mu no wo mu di ya wo ho ya odie no wo ho ansa na wo san be nse wo benya another kuro ebe ma ne sa no ebe ye den sa na hunu no independent eyes and ears and mind
eja me da se mecha penyifo ami no mo ane ahwefo MPP nsem no ne kana den kakra because sabio ye nyina nim say omufi aban mu be bosome insianie and I think that the nature of the defeat no sabio ko akutukubo na when in naso say bia ya bebo knockout near ball knockout now obrebra now ugina ho a ya na nyina ho no wa hwe ya that people are ma knockout one here boxing one here no ntimi amobiem so I think that Niekosono is a natural consequence of the nature of the defeat. Enya de foforo obi obe konto kwa bia obe who defeat of that nature no. And I think NDC went through a similar thing in 2016, right? It's a question of approach no. Kwan be na NDC so far so 8 years or metimi asaba abaimu with such margins and how is MPP dealing with their own loss? Ebe increase your more likelihood and I say obetimi aba by man or muntimi ba eja day intina almost say 31st January is the best time so now kind length of time to organize since say nkugu odi or 2024 abato no esuninti ohia mre bebre no organize that's the first reason say yeah say now kind na boacheka say nia afanu ni afane fank enka and just baby for me fanko inti sabio ya koprentam na say panyi enya yesi gina ema panyi dia na ya kasa ye ho na afei ye nyina party baako
No, that's the thinking around those who are saying 31st January. And then the last one would be whoever emerges, so that I think Yenya Collins can, so that they can market the person. All the communicators, Obia, or at least 36 months, or mobile planning, or strategize. I'm not going to new strategies there. I know you are for me. I'm not going to strategize. I'm diabolical. Indeed, 36 months to market the candidate. Into Utete Nia, Nekame said, Yama Miensa, we need Yabeka as a pillar, and I say Genesia. I say those are the strongest argument or more 31st in the war. They kind and Kugo no so into here maybe brain ya boabo ya ho ano. They told me say beya send ye be see bia no ye benya bre aka ye ho abom. Na they told me nsa say ye benya bre e de aton panya ye be yinu no. Beja, what is wrong with this 31st? Uteni year Yera Michael Quay report by Yehu, at least I think Yenya Collins can say he's seen some of the recommendations. Main party by Intimi be. It's not a public document. But Utie some of the Yera and some of the commenter, one of the key recommendations would appear, say you would want to reform your constitution. Now, from an independent mind, say Oka say one of the causalities and one of the solutions to coming back to power is a reform of the constitution. Then, as an independent person, I'm asking myself, why put that before? Why put the election of a flag bearer before the constitutional review? Because if you make a recommendation to say Sebio, I also me told so we answer the menya we are. Now Ususu said this recommendation is important to come back. They intina okofa we answer na why we. So that is an honest question. I also if you think say you need to energize but just write it down. Just
now come a quick one is supply with information. The idea no say you call 19th July, which is next month now. You call your constitutional amendments. Inti your budget to me to you be no. Then the issue of presidential primaries near the identity no there.
So the constitutional review will happen before that.
Before. Happen. They go find say be happen. Na say review no no. Sa presidential election no.
You need to expand the base.
Any you know
say bet me assassin.
So what right? No.
Okay. So thank you for the information. So many Aneka say date in bet me assassin based on what the July conference will say. Into say then, but the key point is say Ususu say your constitution needs to amend. Now organizing based on a new constitution. Then Mr. Susu say amend the constitution, do the reforms necessary based on this new constitution, then you can have the flag bearer. The second one is that who is going to elect this new flag bearer? It would appear, say the election of the new executives will be after the flag bearer.
No, it's likely the current, executives, no,
will be the one electing the flag bearer. Yes. Now the second question again,
there's a suggestion say young family no come.
Yes,
it's a conference G2 more. Then additional two.
But you see, we are analyzing MPP first on Berry for me.
Yes,
of course you know it better than us because it's an outside in perspective. Mutia right? So the very first thing is the reasons in Tiamoya 31st no yemiensa in my humble view, which is a strong argument. But now the first problem, and I said what is wrong with that? The first one is the constitutional review and implementation of the new constitution. And then they told me a new year when they be this new flag bearer. So said you omudi a nim call election no and one be the new flag bearer there. Then there is an honest question to ask, say, Sebio the odi anim no ne the omo yi flag bearer ba kono and the dey coding gugu na say yes a constitutional. Why don't we get new leadership or a new album in order to get a new flag bearer out of that? It's an honest question. Sabi yem to be yem so omo and then at least if they listen from the outside in perspective, but they toss me which I think is a more critical and right? Which is a more critical point? They say, will all parties accept the results of the 31st election, and will it lead to an entrenched division? And I say, in the way they are seeking it. I think they also are carefully. Right, because of course he's a leading member of the party. If he suggests say one for pepeya nya obi anyi ntuma, listen to him carefully, right? Because Yera Alan was which is obi asabi wedding a chiache broke away from the party.
Yes.
Ebia obeka say mensunsu and so on was not consequential, but you will be very wrong to think that Yera Alan breaking away was not consequential to MPP's loss.
It was.
Right. It was significant. So if even you say MPP is a religion and people break away, it will have consequences. It may not be say Andrew baby Bema party no good here, but say nipa ba ku bia ya dom. Nipa ba ku bia the vote ba ku ka ho. Nipa ba ku bia ehu here for purposes of organizing.
So you're talking about 50% plus 1.
Absolutely. Into the who here they say, more importantly, this 31st question, they should ask themselves. Say, from the July and whatever the conference says about constitution and the reforms necessary, leading up to this 31st, no, say results of the 31st, no, Ebema results now, and I say disunity no more depend there, and the Omundre who be. There are quite a number of interesting perspectives. So, do you think, say, by the 31st, no, the structures and answer to me when people Drew is seeking to impose a candidate, right? I think so. Then more the same question, and on susu right? And said you na call Azuma na say boxing or just all the referee call because one monarch or they are points in their unya, right? Say you want you know konto kana ba kususu say referee no jina fifth no more no bobima the other side that means you've created a problem from day one. So it is important say all the candidates believe say the structures is not seeking to impose a candidate. I think it's important for MPP's health. The second one, they say MPP or kind of only a driver for the vehicle. The political party is near a vehicle. Flag bearer near to say your driver and the vice president and mate as the case may be, right? But the bigger point, they said the attractiveness of the car, Nankasa. Sabi mi o Bugatti wa ha na mi o trotro wa ha na say ye kokuma se ne apedi obedru ho ntema enfo oni say ebia Hamilton and na say obichi trotro no. The vehicles are important. Sabi vehicles no one say in here the obedi animu no can be inconsequential. Enfo oni driver or yeah. I think the MPP should be clear about MPP as the vehicle, and that I would agree with Yenia Vondi. He said there is work to be done on the vehicle of MPP. You can elect the flag bearer whatever time you think fits, but opinion polls say and Maka Fidel, so it's not. I'm only voting history from 2028. I mean, I voted across. 2016, I voted for Nana. 2020, I thought his management of COVID was good. I voted for him. I voted against him and campaigned against him in 2024. 2028, I don't know how it would go. I'm not afraid to change parties, and I hope they're gonna phone in our best. Unfortunately, Antissa, right? But the bigger point they say we won't vote simply because said you MPP Missy Asante Achemagogo, my mother, my papa fi Dian Kwanta for to MPP from 1992 into Metro MPP. That's not how it works. And some of us are leading the course. Say the attractiveness of the party, ni mpenyufo ni nimdia what party ni mu should be the basis for which we vote. Yes, Metro MPP because said they said you atadiashe aponche kwa Metro. That is not how the future is. And the MPP should know, say, organizing and getting the right sense of people and the vehicle working with an imdifo, sabi, omo brown wasiti, any man at the agreeing, every here, not only the flag bearer, but having said that, the election of the flag bearer is a contest, sabi, entokakon.
I can't see.
I can't see, medasi, mini apenyi. I can't say, na yet daya, nipa ba akupen de beweni. Nipa baako wani a ɛyɛ dan sɛbi obi di nkunim na obi di nkugua the emotions would appear sɛbi okɔ na sɛ wɔn di nkunim a mente me ho ase it doesn't rub right sɛbi mi nua panyin deɛ he's been in the context for a while ɛyɛ sikasɛm ɛyɛ investment of emotions ɛyɛ investment of time nti nkuguo die no ɛho. Nijitu made even if it's natural, like a playing field near level, crowd now din kugwa. Nijitu made if people are beginning to think, say you ready abano from the beginning now, it will make say amount for bejatum no a bit more harder. It means that they make a menace in the say, Yenina as Ghana for a year my or is in our best interest that MPP as a vehicle works well. Right, and that's where I disagree with Miniano. It's important that the vehicle of NDC works well.
Good.
And it is important that both vehicles work well and choose a flag bearer which works well because I come here and say Ghana no answer the Abeji which I believe in that system and you know I do. And so the own in there MPP, Yanfani Yajuma, the own in there NDC, Yanfani Yajuma. But answer the Abeji no say MPP near NDC. Omumi enu na de mpanyifo beba me ayi bi enti so omumi enu anya omade ayi na sebi omukọ yi sebi obi oye dwedwentwe ebedi anima we are left with the two options ya hwe ya na de obedi Ghana anim from 2028 no na anya obi ade enti it's important say MPP and that and sebi anya fiasem because whatever the structure yenina your interest because mobile flag bearer who can become a president of Ghana. Into a who here said the person who you choose and the person who MDC chooses is the best person. Neba yes so omumi enu ayi de ababo Ghana.
Okay, me das yasumpa ene de mama kwan ma obi e ka no boso asam said de be ya chiefo ne ahwefo betumi ati ne ye panti no interruption ne de me hyeda na me ye ne sapa na odike yenhwe me pese ye hwe ne maba miensa bi
union government
say time flame ye ka time flame a busum ye fan say omupanifo no odike pacho tie me pa July and I'm so become conference no omu wi fan say ombe ye bibia be wie no na July busum na wie nti so betumi ahye bibi mpase ya na ye August August, September, October, November, December, January
6 months
6 months. Yes, that time flame no. Ombetumi ai don be ye bia mase no rada ni mo kan ye no. Baby e som de ne matoto general secretary na mo so tuo krata se ko abom se omunya ne nasefo nyina no. Ombetumi ai ye ho adwuma before then. Na ye hwe so say a level playing field I can once we no. A level said the name kan kuyana.
You mean I'm that's it. Michia lawyer ne a team for near reform. You see, political party, a full-fledged political party, the property of the country, because more the potential to lead all of us. It is a baby banamu kwa kuyidi obedi anymore. Every Ghanaian interest. And yeah, MPP as a party, but the whole country, because my leadership, no, ɛna sɛ Ghana for gituma eba be di o man so it na ye believe in partisan democracy no ye believe all inclusiveness meritocratic system and union government book obi ampe bi nkan we select wo mo a wo nim to na ye de wo ma gina tro no no enya party say wa bre party and wa ye say square person round house and didi mo a and Ghana ye bi bia say no MPP ntokwa esie no so transnational MPP dia bo say emeburu na wo mu no wo mu parochial interest a supersede the national interest said the na lawyer kan
wo kan meburu ne hefo
emrante bia ba MPP mu a wo mu pomu ho anyantem to madwini nyane say candidate ba omi akwa me DC candidate ba omi akwa me we candidate ba omi akwa me nya contract it is a kwan bia haye ntie obia e de ba omi ane de ne kro no mu refi say yanto abanyi ba omi a de omu suni nyina de omu efifie ni nyina no emem I no mu mistake pawo so what chance na obia interest I am trench so me candidate you are ma e wi asukra ntimi it is a sanity dia MPP be say na me candidate ya ba me pe so bi okotwa lotu no say odi a otoka already you was me man tra from not to sunya kotwa so be di say we sana MPP for this here
hey
I'm telling you say in party from 19 wo mu form nyina na anyini eti en mpanifo bi o mu di animu ene na mabu bi o mo be take over wo mu di o ma take entrenched parochial interest so Google mu di na Electoral Commission already said nipa 800,000 as a new entrance and a friend continuous registration ya to abani we no yewura mama the previous election coin only 140,000 e be kan yewura mama de ho what it means is say 800,000 kura no a easy e de be kan register no ho emu 140 pen attracted your mama so je yewura ba omi na nakufu ado omu last election enipa 2 million e so te what it means is say party no are attractive to certain people and the candidate sanity ebi o mun transe ebi so amakekwe report no bi o factor we nyina wo ene bi a ema abonten eti de ma o mudi gugo no enya this one na strong go but MPP for sympathizers they refuse to say ye party na ni enim nya se na tie biem eti say ye nkoto man this dia ye nkokora
ntai say the leadership of the party no and live up to the task enti no mo be
ni ekoto ba na 2 am ya to ba wi na obi o so to bie onya we buga because they want to favor certain candidates elo say sa na wo my say dia mo form party eti o mo say Alan Chamatin ni the numbers was insignificant. Again, correct. Alan Chamatin won do mani pa bebre jaba no to. Sama why Alan say dia yan koto kura. Go ya to Alan nya. Ana be yo message. Salan we dan ya onya. Ana mo Salan nya dia nya mo fa mo party. 2 million people and they decided so many MPP ho kura. Me se patasi kumase. Young guys straight to be police station. Omu e ballot box nsa o si ya ntue. Omu ba ho. Catch a ballot into Mosako, which is unusual with Kumasi.
Sure.
The party needs a serious reforms.
I think so.
Could you have failed party? No, the current crop of leadership have failed party. No, Senya ni wo tintin na yoma. Koso nyina resign. Me pacho. Amoma form steering committee. How many better reforms necessary in the party and sakwa madrid for bearership because now I get a friend delegates a high MPP pa a certain region as at the 4-8 and a no race no ebe mo ko mu super before super delegates congress omo say that discuss kotena Ashanti region mesi boys bi nya 100,000 every sa ayinu so mu toma ba omia na omo obi ti ve no akwaje 100,000 no dey bet so say that me delegate me nya 100,000 ni akwaje na election na wunya hwe wo be dware akọ police station okoto aba
no mo che na o ha
oh masa ada ni kuma si ni o asem na me ka kasa asem ka minim dia ko so nyina eti delegate system no ha wo mo
decay
eti ma trafie aye ekwan be yi delegate system na free ho
wa ama MPP for
ama ya ma wo ma ye bibia hwa top bottom me ko kan radio bi so eno ma fa but o me je ehun akwankyera ye de MPP o mo to ehia se internal election to about once I bet generate all the executives once o mo nyina every card bearing member our good standing in the party o mo nyina ko police station one day to o ma wie one ballot box e bet generate police station agents constituency agents your friend will say regional national and the flag bearer at the same time one stone e bet ma so what's up remove na.
But that campaign will be chaotic
because
because practically no what you are saying
oh massa ebi na makobo wa muhu de muyi ye me na me dey agenda ne ba enya bad ara ukoba bi bebra ye si dem go sorry dan kra no o mutimi sisi pillars bosso so no the blocks na sentem enya bad but format na me e o se fa no o munya nya clear. And a date so you're wrong because party there say we call opposition yam prepare your home and bounce back what transfer the uncle ye e to tunya ma wo e form e hu say when you first one you be di nkunim now the na ku for be no MPP ehia say flag bearer na be draw manifesto ama wo I was say technocrats wo mo nim agree ko nim there wo mo nim my friend say road omu nyina come together no mu ye party manifesto no bi ankoye cathedral along the way party no say nyana manifesto dawo asakwa na fa bere aba to be na ye document ni krache party nyina decide say kwa we ne de be Ghana eti wo ye nyina e copy ye monitor say we na ye mpelifo agya tum say e betuma transform Ghana so bibi aba be ka ho a ye wo nkrofo a wo be hu mu na no kra no ankoye
party manifesto evolving. It must reflect the aspirations of the people. International when I hear kono, then you develop static.
National planning,
Article 36 of the Constitution. Member. It's different from what you are suggesting now.
I don't think.
Because a party say a manifesto evolving because can be a digital anyhow. So are you suggesting say yenko drafting manifesto a dawa a static?
And yes, America. Please allow me. Me say no be call election bia. You must plan what the document you are going the blueprint.
I think now.
Oh no. When tell me now be munyabotre. Every election I will say all the technocrats, the what digital, the what agriculture, you bring them together. No more formulate a policy. A year policy guideline for the party.
Sure.
If you fly better no bebano, no the bed gabbing and I can say me see cathedral, it will tell me what could see. Wabra a bit with the party of course same. It will mean I'm to say a quite when first one making it public. Will be able to say MPP quite when we man be first. It will more I can to Abba Mawum. Do I make sense now? What I say? If you know, if we can move to as some pentent time at the Baumiaba. But let me tell you one thing.
1% of the Baumiaba.
I say, will be in Chile. Will be in Chile. Because MP 60, they say, yet Abaumiachi.
So 60 in a quarter in China. Yes, after that, they be no branching about 30.
So,
and call lunch. 32.
We are confused. No, but you see, there's no confusion about this. 88 MPs 88 MPs ene 88 MPs em fa ne say mo amote mo nyina mo ye aspirants ene bondi bit ma convince me I will join the campaign make show me face the next day ba ko chen say bia me so me any suade hunu ni same person no you will see that person here.
So fear that alligator until we vote.
Fear that.
So it's not over until it's over. Politics. In Kenya, democracy is about choice. Inti say obi pese obi a media Dr. Bawumia na mepe and Dr. Brachampo na mepe na Kennedy Ohene Japan na mepe no.
There's nothing wrong.
Nipa no. The right.
But you can't deceive the people.
No.
Maybe mami.
Pacho.
Some na mo floor. Pacho. We here MP. Yes, we here honest person. To the floor honorable. You can't serve two masters.
And you're honorable.
At the same time, some call Brian ho. Now we pakwa sa call Kennedy ho. Now ni pakura wa sa ko Bawumia ho. No.
I say lawyer Kasan lawyer say 2016 2020 or share NPP programs and policy or to nabama NPP 2024 one two ama NPP and I won't say you should be consistent say what two MPP need the onto San Franco. No, you say campaign and ubetimi akasa ma ubewi no the people will join people
lawyer
that is different.
I mean this is we are politicians when are the
it's different.
It's citizenship. Say na me say about and I'm saying about Bawumia na Brian why makono and I do to why makono I denounce it publicly. Say me am ka tell am about Bawumia na mo say me who say do to oba mu no enyama ode agu akwa mu no your chances to win the election no right. It me jai Bawumia be pacho o da ma me let me as I win target me no.
Oh the
no let me
say omotisi no mo kasa odike o ye delegate o betimi hu say papa we be gina ho kasa ye no me ye convince papa we buy I'm more convinced. You see I said yeah no credit that why I'm
more convinced later. I don't know denounce so previous decision.
Same day members of parliament
you denounce it.
Move free ho masa so ko we ho now catch up say a campaign
that is not ever say 5 minutes.
It is not like that
now or they are convinced about
how did that happen.
I don't know denounce some country
members of parliament.
What I say?
It is not
no delegates no obia nantim obia twetwen etinu be hunu sa surprises bebre
surprises so on be free akwa say
ye no free surprises bebre
on be free say
no I don't not betray waba we ho I mean these are some of the things
who say about the no betray baby on dey kan kwa say wo munyo mo koto ye no e kire say ye ta wachi say ye beji tumi na ye ma o man continue you made the man believe say muta na chipintin afemu ye na no masa free ho masa come before the same day say no enye mo bi
say there's no confusions around this so very simple o yam fa no say as a time ma MPs no Ebiko control support for Dr. Bawumia no. At the same time so no na former MMDCs no and the DC no mo so ehia Ken
268
Dr. Bawumia we no obe sakokohia sa body we Dr. Brachampo ono won so ehia in fact ono so be hia nkrofo ewo Kumasi a wo hia constituency chairman ni adane you see eye campaign o mo ye
what say headlines
and so chese we ko hia constituency chairman na Dr. Bawumia so go ko hia anti
na we tell you some about say exactly then no we share Dr. Bawumia no don't know about Dr. Bawumia so we can a pia bonten say 68 MPs throw their support.
Yes. It's different
from 68 na yes say we throw support earlier no emu 32 and never seen call Brian Hoya almost on cancel.
No, you see the point is I dey person when me tell say side way what we be what be on TV that no be that no let's say you are not being good well you could condemn it hold here we bet condemn but me from why sit now we politics debi politics from where I sit.
You can't throw.
Oh, nyen throw. Odike.
Mama to so
Odike. Yes, normal in our body politics. What is wrong? Defection is there. Sa niema no obi free camp we akọ. Idea is in politics. No. Document na penti picture bi say you.
Oh, be pacho. Who defect here? Baby I will free declare no. Oko okoye say me anom ka say me kwa.
O conference o ka
please.
O ka UFP. Conference bi akoye say grofo defect here ba.
It doesn't matter.
You advertise them, same people. No more party beam. Oh, they make a business outside the normal cabo. No. So what I'm saying is,
what you decide? Say the idea, my queen. I am a say amanyofo. Yes, until from honorable. No, we are honorable people. We say who say who do who until we until the friend onunyam for no ni mo nyam. I won't nyema bibia keke. Until say who are we amanyoni. Now we are mine. Now you know for year mine. Na sene. Wakofa we ada show motom kakra. Wu se we dey no a wo dey si wo wakofa we dey aba. Na wo the sa wo no onabo na wo so ye no. Na no dey wo hen.
No, eja
na say ya my say ya say amanyesam na politician can some dey try ya na.
Eja say abatwa.
Na abatwa wa
obi abeto ba.
Okay.
But obi abeto ba. But what I'm saying is say enya nwanwa tie dey meche no.
Okay.
Say ebia enne me ne lawyer ne nam. The next day me ne vondi ne nam.
Okay.
And no ye idea. It's normal in our body politics.
All right.
It's more my fan to say the
so the system be nu na yes.
Because you Agya Kwabena. The woman say MPP for the two faces of my show I Kennedy ne Baumiano. Omunya over ambitious. And your literature master can see me. Was say when your anticipation is too high, your downfall is great.
And your literature.
What I say?
I do my teacher.
We are proud. I do my book. Obia ko school we are seeing to me book.
Grandfather.
Until the end of part of it. I do my family come and establish it. And old school I can bring oh. Papa or her cream too much.
What's my can say? If your expectation is too
when your anticipation is too high, your downfall is also great.
Yeah. So never did not say there be some question. I just say, oh, patch say who be a bar, a camp be nuntino. Yamasha na sebedwa for say woman enko say the bear base ni be so oh sa camp we no e general so because na sebedwa for to me alcohol who be wo
yes Dr. Belmia and Kennedy Japan are both desperate to become the flag bearer of the party. Eti do mo yan say MPs ko bu so mo constituency say me na me come na shabadwam your party the way na aba mo enfa na me gi mo adwen kire no ma chem direction me MP no me jam wan am nti me nko they didn't eto mabu constituency na nimtia and na wo man kasa interest override the constituency interest eti wo mo ye de wo pe other than that no party no ehia say wo mo ko structural reforms open heart surgery e de wo mo ye ni na ye enka honkra ye di nkugo ekwan be na fa so edi nkugo we need reconciliation ekofo no mo koy no how do we bring them back afei we have MPP constitution we come electoral commission we form a party how the constitution call there must be election from a polling station to the flag bearers sene ye ba be sesemu a we need to do constitutional reform first
ansana
niema ekofo no mu di akini na atiase se ya no way delegates e pese yi free oni ntino ye di we na ba se be ya sikatua ne matimaka akrimoni ni nyina be free ho enu ntina benfo decide se obi amfa na adwenem la ekwan be be fa so be yi delegates e free ho na de ye de ba be shanan a be ma pepepe ye ne fine aba party
enti so munya de be shine na ni wi a ho se wo munyina ja to se ne ye kono na fomatika
so no ma start the
it's so so much man America
oh baby because it is the old wine in new bottle. Bibi enu asesa.
Yehwe bibi a wo ka we retia wa wo se nipa mienu I desperate so betumi etu franka.
Ase ho ne ya ode bi say na se na
ho nya komo ne edi. Nipa mienu I desperate so person mo ye omutu franka no. Obako hia abankrachefo dada beya hanu. Wo mo so na ebetu aka say omo ye grassroots for omo ye local omo de omo any grounds because district one baby ano wo na omo ho abribia and na obako so kwese amrese bidwafo 64 wo gidi sasa ni pa mienu e wo mu se akire no wo be san adane ebia 64 no be ko share do sia 200 no na 200 no so ko share do sia o share 64 no wo mu ho na gidi so betumi aye adwuma no ade ama obako ama obako tumi akọ
omienu so omienu nyina no they are bent to destroy MPP. Kenya Japan and Bawumia are bent to destroy MPP. Mama nche wade bi reforms so ko munya nka ho asem but omu interest to lead the party no as supersede the national interest the party interest. Now ukoye campaign ye mere nomination ye nya how do you campaign on what structures and the structures not failing more.
Nse so mo say your campaign kran sa na wenum nyina e ba.
Yeah baba. So it tells you say omienu person mo say party na tie. Ye ru aba omia me my advice to him say on calm down. Onyame ni si hene. Baby a wo free a wo rise e beduru MPP panyin no enya agro. Me say party na nya wo. Je ti ameka sa ne say omu ka say oye kramu
sure say party panyin omo be say party.
Oh please. Ale ko forum ayi dancer bi no ne aduwan ntawe ne ye nyina yinyini ye nkwa mfa so ye party activities and the guiding principle in the party no I am constitution so mo jump constitution e ne ma bebebe out of the constitution
MPP assembly e yes so ha woni
that's what say ya because wo
awon fufuro bi a wo dey MPP assembly me tia say
I am ya say na ya hwa manen say e dey hwa manen say so just some bi go e opa mamo executives mo pedi for ni maintenance me say ye hye MPP fufuro aka
be ba chaka wasam
eti dey ya kan say Bawumia wo hwe say dey wunya 000 over 30 polling stations awo wow strong
mama so nya 00
me ba me pato now hwe o policies a wo dey be buy o campaign message na enkoyiye ni nyina wo so ba wo ko wachi na wo to boase ma party ne hye na wo bibi kura na ba beka me kura na ka wo me contest bi ka metena se ama betwam akọ na kirei ma baby but officer o gina nkra ni ma tete nkra ni it won't work anyama no na kufu abde ye no it is too refreshing in the minds of Ghanaians who ye ha ama na do ye do so ye bia against the party and the nation unya mo kamanu tum you were quiet because na mudidi baabi etu mu visa e kasa de mudie na bebo mo e na e de party na kohwe amenem etu kura de wo nye obi a party na hwe ase pa no wudi mu tintiman you kept quiet for the nefarious activities now the course of party to bring the party down we ye din eje wakatua eje all the privileges e kan wanu tum today who said the pay mu really won't no alantamate kwa wonko mumfa no but let me tell you be to Alan party Alan Jekufo on Alan advice no man join the MPP I know for a fact because what kind of PNDC time na Kufo ye deputy minister to know so Alan the document no say look sound portion secretary to local yes why am bebrebe such a character no and Alan enyema mo de ye no ehun sunsun na ese party no spirit bi wo ha wo kan no awo wo anu da
we Alan sports person
da bi nya Alan sports person
na we ye
we timi ni we nya mama na na go be se party go so mo da so follow na na do party
kedi wo na MPP no nya
oh minimu
wo betwitwa se ya ati ebi bi wo mo he na say odika ka ne ho because wo nya
mo na wo dey aba ko fa
ati wo dey
so mu follow due process ana mo toto mo niam ana ekoyi a ye nyina obi ani asem ka But at the end of the day, buga na Akufo use no. Everyone na be wura Bawumia mu person use. But my men can tell them, Bawumia only back. Kennedy only back. Se party na person wo ya konokwa, sa nipa mi obi adi ani mu a emfa good resource ma.
Merci.
Emfa muntimi mfa wo mi enu bia.
Empanifo mo yi muti nyina obi ase fata.
Me da say
Odika
ye te ne nka no ye abono nkono enu drop on sema edunum edunan ekodunum esema duana enu 45 minutes na the dwumadi na bana wiye na when ye bekom na shebedwam na ne na nsa bibi so na shebedwam ne nyina ne se omoto nsa de frɛ electoral commission for so momra dia pa na kwaso abrekuma no funti abapim na omutumi declare the winner na mame jemen so no anko enti wo ma na bedi akire Dr. Bosman Asare ena ekoye nkomo bebre kwaso ewo ho na emrese bedwafo bi nya kwan ebisebisa ne nsam ene anu yi a wode maaye amanfo akasa bebre de afa ho moma yenhwe de kwaso emrese bedwamu tia wana fe yemra yemeka yesi bro mo call electoral mo call parliament no na yemisa say yesi eyisi ampana
that as a constitutional body you owe a sacred duty to the Constitution and to the people. All you've said today tells us one thing. You are ready. Now, is there any lesser price to pay? Is there any lesser price to pay than to discharge your duty and suffer any punishment for it? Because, Mr. Chairman, the Deputy Commissioner is saying that all they need is police protection. But in the fight for civil liberties and in the protection of rights and freedoms, people have suffered for it. I want to ask you, don't you think that you can take the moral high ground with all the confirmations done, like you did in the Agya Kwabena? Agya Kwabena, when you were declaring, there was no police. I was available. Agya Kwabena, there was no police. You, a party protested, but you proceeded. So don't you think that on the strength of what Mr. Idrisu and Mr. Nitiwood have advised, coupled with the very point I'm making, you as a commission can boldly proceed to conclude this, so that Ghanaians will see that the police has delayed you and you had proceeded to do your constitutional duty even at the peril of your life. Don't you?
Now, which entity was in charge of the distribution of the ballot paper that you claim leaked, as a result of which you had to print a new one?
Yes, Honorable Deputy Commissioner.
Which entity was in charge of the distribution? The distribution was done before. No, the distribution historically has been done by the EC together with the Ghana Police Service. And when we are distributing to, the political parties are involved. So it's not done by only the EC. The EC is the lead person, lead institution, but the Ghana Police Service, the political parties also have their representatives.
Don't misunderstand my question. I am asking you whose responsibility, official duty it is to distribute the ballot papers. Ballot papers which leaked, as a result of which you have to reprint. That's my question.
In terms of responsibility in this, is the Electoral Commission.
Honorable Harun Idrisu. So you pick. Thank you, Mr. Speaker and leaders. Mine is just one of three observations but Mr. Speaker, they will come in a question form before I make my proposition. Mr. Electoral Commissioner, are you aware that declaration of results is governed by law?
Yes, Deputy Commissioner.
Yes, please.
And are you aware that the law that allows you to declare results defines where results should be declared?
Yes, Deputy Commissioner.
Is a police station one of those entities lawfully allied where you should declare results?
Deputy Commissioner.
No, the question again.
Is a police station where results should be declared by the Electoral Commission in accordance with law and the constitutional instrument guiding your conduct of elections, whether presidential or parliamentary?
At times, circumstances allow that.
No, Mr. Speaker. You see, Mr. Speaker, that's why ordinarily I waited to listen. This House, Parliament, is the guardian of human rights and freedoms, and Parliament is the guardian of fundamental freedoms, and Parliament is the guardian of independent constitutional bodies. And now my observation, so that you understand where I'm coming. Mr. Speaker, let's not take these matters for granted. If you have 276 constituencies of the Republic, you declare results with outstanding 9, and you have the comfort to sleep and wait for 1 or 2 weeks or more to declare the rest. Do you know what will happen to our democracy if you had something akin to 2020? You know what will happen to our democracy? That you declare results and you have up to 9 constituencies. Regardless, I'm not interested in who won the seat, but you have an independent electoral commission. You are to declare results. And Mr. Speaker, that results has an implication and consequence on the balance of power. On the balance of power. And the states, whether executive or parliamentary, assuming what would have happened to the country if we were not well behaved, that a certain portion of the population, one is aware that they have no elected representative in parliament, unacceptable. More so, they have to wait more than 30 days, 20 days for the Electoral Commission to do that. Mr. Speaker, it's about their integrity. For me, that's even shameful that today you are coming because Parliament have summoned you. What's the state of integrity of the Commission? That you conduct an election and you want to hold on.
Honorable Minister for Education, thank you. I think appropriate time.
Okay.
Awia de si omna se badwamu eno no na onunyafo afonyoma ken e ka sen bi se ebre eto aba ni wieye no ye bubu oni nyina no ebi ka kire eno no na ye nkenkan wieye na mentem hwase bi nti no no ka kire kakra ba bi se Agya Kwabena ebre o mo declare results no ya kwa no police station ya kwa no police headquarters ya kwa no ba bia police phone ni ho em found said Agya Kwabena de ne ka kire no Electoral Commission no to declare results no without the protection of the police. Now they think that way there, yes, they say changing a train. I just only police protection and some what you declare results no. If truly one more results na ampa now. And the question sound will be a course so. Honorable Vondi, you can't batwa. Niema kete the deal you neighbor. Edu baby almost in central for yen ema o man babo efiri yen na so o hwe a ne man ketekete bi so e hye kire a enya yen e na bia ebeye na mu no obi na beye na se koka ye se na de aba de so obra se badwam question and answers explanation yi si de maye no ti be pem ne abekuma north won to be declare results no akwa free se me na medi nkunim ma be na so se me na medi nkunim ama ho ya aba. Then we can phone. But my share time no. You're 35 minutes. Until mama 7 minutes.
The time alone.
Share pa.
You have bagage some time. Look, I think constitutional body are your friend Electoral Commission. The current one ye hu aye foforo kakra wo mani so ye nyini kakra ne hu afarijan said the afarijan di ye na adwuma onsoro bia afarijan ye adwuma wia ubetimi akọ wachi akọhwehwemu a bedu echire nanso ubehu se afarijan de parepare yo ene nokoredie aye adwuma wo ba Charlotte say ya Charlotte say be ye EC chair no or you bold e declare nipa na onyo onu na appoint ni EC chair no or declare no wa brana wo ma bona dapa se woni jo ma sabi ene wo berebi yo aguma mini ho nim guni ho fi kansam bone fa no ho ya to abawie ya abede do se na nado na edi nkonim no Charlotte say declare no 2020 election Honorable Haruna Kanye, one of the finest brain we have in this country. Haruna Idrisu, you listen to him and you listen to wisdom. Look, you are too about 2020. Mami tasi constituencies of officers were kabo moa. Ebedru bebi obetimi yi president or no person yi no ono. Okekabo moa edru sa no yi no wie ye no. And the constituency 9 that could have tilted the results on the other way, you know. And what Jagu and Fano. That is what we saw. Sal, for example, a constituency for the 4 years and such a person is still sitting there, so you're electoral commissioner, and you don't have no shame. You can't even resign yourself. These are the things we see. Look, I mean, Minria, that's the kind of electoral commissioner you was here. And it is shameful. This is our democracy. Minria Abrekumanov. Akaya yenya declare. Oh, yes, yes, Sala ba yehu. Why ya na also pretending over election asal by 4 years ni enyamra shebedweni was al. And then so Abrekuma North aba 6 months ni ayato aba ya ba amra shebedwum. Nkran ha Abrekuma North ye ni mra shebedweni wo ho. What you he? I just don't know why these guys are sitting there and then we pay them money.
Some here police.
We pay them salary.
Some here police protection.
And now we here the yanka when ni man tene. We here now we here police protection well. Constituencies in United we declare maybe constituency so man there was no police protection here there. Look, uti up on your mark here. You don't need police protection to do the right thing if what you're doing is right and justifiable. Look, I have thrown in an advice. And my electoral commissioner say, Abrekumanov, electional polling stations now results no are contestable. No? One. Ningina no you know, set a date and rerun those elections. And now say election na yawa Abrekuma North no. And you say there you by election ukrumu hado. Yeah by election ukrumu hada. That election you know, there are a lot of issues about it. Usumi was a scanned paying sheet. That paying sheet you know, who knew original no, but who was scanned one no. How do you get scanned without original? How into the kind of issues are what's our election no so clear all of them, call for another election, we go there and do a by-election then profonia representation our Mrashebidum. Look, after all NDC how many Mrashebidum for near 187 and 88 still counting, no problem. And I'm not saying that we're going to lose that election if we do by-election. Hey, now when you're my cause aw ebrempo anaga for bebre no sebin preduason enimie hu bribi no anumpo na his excellency John Dramani Mahama konya 58%. Ene enema mabie ambi before the omusura ni se be by election no ani o ene wo mani ebie ni hu sa Ghana city timinya won den ejina management a wode beba so sa ne yetimi to petrol so ma ne yi ampa ejina management so ene kana fo ne abue saa o ana wo mahu wo bi nso mi hu bi wuti bi wunya bi hu nso edisi yekọ by election ene na chese yenya 50% a beti about 20% o MPP for suro ani nti no look electoral commissioner aw JMS ankasa osuro nti wa mamra hye bedwom ne yemisebisa na sam ra hye bedwom wo no o betra wan sam wo ye nyankopɔ kra wo ba ba ye kete wo just got round wo nenim nti so the point is that on more serious note no Ablekumanov eya beribia wo ho annul the elections, reorganize the election, and let them have representation in parliament. And that's the only thing I will say about it. Okay. But you see, the demonstration of incompetency of the Electoral Commissioner of Ghana is becoming legendary. And it is not good for our democracy. The truth be told. They say incompetency. Entimi anye adwuma honhom a abewura Jemensa ne nkrofo mu no eya brodwene ne ntiase so asese no esese nko mo tena nkyɛn na emwa ka bi mami nkebe amamu wo no okay me da se ona bukɔ so so mankwa eye no sa na hunu no Agya Kwabena na ye sa so nka ne sa Agya Kwabena yes na hwɛ question so mu bi sa na ne anu yo de maye me ho adwere me pa ho adwere submission bondi ye no men kase we heartless being but o de boapaye egu nipa bi hu adan o kan dan se ekwan ya ofa so a oyi Jane Mensa esi ho na obo Ura Verjan ene Charlotte Osei Abason mami kase mo chiro we have come far as a country enye fato no no ye me say ever since we ushered ourselves into Fourth Republic, a multi-party democracy, INEC started from Reverend Oforibuati and sa na Dr. Frejan ebaye. Mekai Dr. Frejan breso. Electoral dispute eba no wo kan okra no obisa baabi a ni siga ho. What is the mention? No obisa baabi a ni siga ewo. Yatina hu okro mu hase. Charlotte or say baye. Sebi. Onya angelic. So many procurement irregularities baye, including onwani deputies. And tokwa omukon ye. Ena ye gina mrana so edemra no eyi ni sinche. Corruption bebre niama bebre na e course. They are very pathetic. But Ghana no said yeah na Ora Mahama say Ghana for yare refie omo short memory ni ne dru ba bia e bi na fondi dia betina na say e yampa say omo ye sa procurement breaches no and corruption ni amahodro bia corruption say e crime I say bi nipa no komre e gina emra no ana manfo mu bia nko gina emra no ntina after say petition to president na ono so egina memo mra ne so ete baasun ko so omo hwehwem no omuwieye omudo recommendation she was set aside as omomi ensenya as electoral commissioners. Now come back to the issue. Okay? The current electoral commission on declare mame Ekwefriye as MP elect for the area. Na yenko yenim. Identity. Na yenko elections da. Out of 281 polling station. Ye collation both MPP and NDC nyina. Now the issue has to do with outstanding 3 polling stations. 3 polling stations, no, ye collation. Ye pin sheet. What you have a cassette scan? Na your pin sheet in your cost scan here. The original. Oh, so we have the original. Mona money. Please, mommy cassette moncho. Ye cost scan here. Ye copy. Mona mo boni amo paid intino. Mon konko famo di emra mo se mo. Look, nasa aunties we ni ehunu nasa yisi ni original me ba yisi ni ko woni edi yisi ni original copy ni wo ho ana on farm say original copy ni ono so ni ono referee no Agya Kwabena sa NDC MP so mu ye bule adia honorable Haruna ye no wo ye bule
Manika asem cho.
Hwɛ
Game we. Ye nyina ye wo for many years.
Adenti den no ye.
Me catch question obisa say obisa electoral commission say per rules of engagement no hene na o declare results na police station ho a collation center no or ye hypocrite. NDC for ye hypocrite.
Adenti.
Hwɛ me kai kra no me kai 2012 presidential elections koya free so na oba me krom ginya say e wo for krom da bi ayi wo free ho na oba ginya ayedua ase no ayedua ba ko no ayedua ase na de former Ashanti regional minister no free wo free ho na oba ginya ase ya meka
atonsu
na atonsu ta wo free campus na wa fa ayedua ase na wa basa nya buadi wo free na oba ginya ase make I grow. NDC for a deploy omo tax omo ko wia ballot box. Time e be outstanding issue no. Dey yetime je ye no. Ye dey see police station for the electoral commission no o declare. So once there are dispute, electoral commission could set up a special center to announce the results. Eti ho ye security zone na or request say mo me bo ne ho ban. Pambo keke mo wo kromo amutimi ma police for so mo scammers ho ban na legitimate call we electoral commission
when na amma police bi kwan so
mo and kwada mo ne nam kromo ha kra sorry edu o mani
o say scammers womo amma scammers e police administration was some dey kan pa chow ye carry the image of police no say e to be sure the
police for about
me pa chow so wo kan say womo e boss scammers ho ban a
me say kromo
scammer ban e na police for bon ho ban
me say kromo ha ye nim boys a NDC for hwe din na sare edu no oni na mama come say na time no wa me 7 minutes
me ma 7 minutes
oh pa chow mama 7
okay o de bitio
ana say o chairman na
o de bitio kasa
kawano tum
men kasa men kama no tum
nti o mama
men kasa kawano tum
kawano pa no na men kama say
men kasa kawano tum don't instruct me
etimende ultimate kata wani
na wo ma me
na me wo fia ha o
so to me kan say kawano tum
enti mama kama say
enti kasa mama kama say men kasa kawano tum
enti me pa chow kawano tum na me kama
to me kasa me kama no tum
me pa chow
say me
say time no fa na ko no uta no wa na wu ni hwe kan tie ne
me ba
next time kasa kawano tum
Agya Kwabena
o pento pawo
me wo eyi omo ablekumano the collation ni nyina wa ha 281 police station no na omo electoral commission no omo ratify results na aba ni nyina sa rectify ye correct ye ni nyina no omo wie ye no na omo aye 278 no o de outstanding 3 no e ka ho a MPP enya 34,296 as against NDC parliamentary candidate no onunya 33,947 na MPP lead with 349 votes I swear say ensesa say o ma dwene ne say o mo bia koye reran na o ma kwa fa sa the thing policies are about machoism ne sa de na etu
why na ye responsibility say why na responsibility
electoral commission say more money police protection now declare results na ko ye ni mo pese mo di sisie na mo ba be yesabi eniema enfront no boni wo mutiri no mo ntimi provide electoral commission with police
debio
enu ntino on electoral commission their safety is of paramount to me omo enna sabi omo hwe ya batwo so they ought to be protected by the state. It is almost requesting for this legitimate call. Say mo mebo ye ho ban na miensa no yemfa nka yemfa ntudwa na ye declare MPP ni no eno ne mo problem. Now you think you are in government and until mo masha resources na yakọ 3 police station na mo abeti esi ho mo ahihye kaka motobi mo de mo
say abra ye to abana na mo na mo government abra
ye samone
abra ye to abana mo na mo mra se mo na mo aban mu ye be to abana mo na mo aban mu answer na mo dane to me dia ma
policy
etino say mo aban mo amu say eso mo declare ana mo mo to me amana declare sa bre na dey
from 7 December till 7 January.
Agya Kwabena. You and I know. Hwe me nua Sam George. Wo di peche. O tia no ba bi antia. O kokko gina ho hwe de o mo koye no me nua Patrick. Okaiko Central.
Patrick Boama.
Lawyer Patrick Boama. Na very pathetic. Just say intimidate Electoral Commission. NDC think that with their intimidating tactics, no. Yes, and conquer rerun. We want for the way.
Me say, yes, no.
More than you pa bonne for what you say. Number of see someone ya.
Sunday win is
not back to where you win Epoca 5 for no mu pa bonne. Representative mami wedding kunim free mama na tina fie na chese wo
Collins
why you doing this
yes you know
money atinka money abata
ayama no
na free mu tieti dia me tell
na say me kuna free man eno anya emotions anya emotions
guni hu fi wa kofa emrantie oga o
me ba show
emema ti pia oba ko si
say wo ha
emema ti pia oba e de wo
me Mr. Question bina me ko declare
opposition opposition
say we say police stations 3 na aka no say ya to aba no mpo a ya keka bomu a IDC for ewini me pacho esi ye nim amadodo a I want 3 police stations wo okay IDC for say wo mu na ewini muso mu na ma ewini abana modi atwa edisi for no se yeto aba 3 police station no kura na ye de kan wa edisi for ni nyina mpo a ene mo mepacho ene modi amonya no
omunya ni nyina de ne ko kan dia se ne de bese
na me say omunya
ni no mo pese o mo koye na o mo microphone
o ntie question
asema o kan ye asema o kan ne say 3 police stations no se ye de ni nyina mpo kan edisi for de ho a ento de akwa free ye nya ye
na no me say yeah, the outstanding in as we speak. MPP lead 349.
Outstanding, I am Yansano. Meboa.
Yes.
It is I mean, say the kind is for the Amukrana. I say the car, there will be any
Glory Land Hotel, or Doko 1. MPP, Enya 130. 3 outstanding American. NDC, Enya 103.
130.
And NDC nya 103.
103. Tiny number.
Light of Gospel Miracles Church. Treboa 2. NPP enya 69. NDC 46. Pentecost Church Treboa 2. NPP enya 118. NDC enya 103.
Okay.
The 3 when in contention.
When in contention. No?
3 when in contention.
So until what I'm saying is say a copy of our pin sheet in those areas. The me yakra say we share NDC agenta or court na ho che say a watching tea a ban kra no na won fa na dwene nko ho ba wasan me ba
wo so wasan we
me che say wasan any na wasan ya fa na chante MPP ni no
so mo ni original copy ba dia
NDC no agent ya friend no Kwame Godfred no na wasan wa hai
na that's a bibia ya signature Kwame Godfred
chante na oye odro nana ama na wonso no gina
what depend on ade we nyese what depend why we phone so what depend akwa bibia script bibia was wasan na ade page original no we original no we
obisa yen
original
don't say that
obi eni bi 3 na haka
Electoral Commission
say nkoto na dia da musuro
Electoral Commission say
they
should rule out the issue of reverend.
Electoral
Commission is saying that look ye mama ye police for me na kino obi anto no because police for we omo de kunku
me da say because okay bi kaka motobi no aya waso mo bra so na ba ya na
ozen
I was West Wagon.
They don't say A2.
I am Abresuana.
Your officials within national security setup, including Ghana police.
Maybe
more dressing like that. NDC for I say almost
me that say see I can say you blame pa you can say blame pa when they say blame no party say blame one say yes they say blame
what's on kebi man odike on kebi man
electoral commission by law established umoduma say organize elections and declare results now say easy say on the results no but I just say we have protection and sign will declare. You must say out of the 275 constituencies, a mood do say an assassin with ABC. But I find an approach to Benjamin and declare results. Now the rules of engagement, any day your constituency presiding officer from EC on the declare constituency elections. And now your presidential presiding officer, EC chairman,
only returning officer.
The returning officer or constituency or also declare results. Now
for the parliamentary, no?
For the parliamentary, no. When you get men's Juma, your friends say, sir, EC chairman. Again, Juma. What me declares our results. A constituency
return officer no
return officer one also declare.
Also here police.
Now the omu nyina say I say Ghana partisanship no ama oman ne pa enchechire no ye ja to nchen. Me ko amadra parliament ko ni kwase e ko partisan. Parliament eni kwase e ko partisan because oda constituency ano anybody woni nyina so ye de na oda wo ma no but when we do parliament they take block decision by their party as against the constituents they take decisions under duress by the parliamentary whip system if we nyansa kwa omudu free omu fie e parliament no omudu date na no mu di ato no ma pick NDC MPP interest. Na kanya sadia o ko hye mra manipa electoral commission woni ade resources amount sa resources na de amount no ehun aduma na so ye maami wei I friend Jemensa Kufuado e de ne baaye no oba be ye de bekem korofa Kufuado
ade ntira kasa
me say ye no kre
me makwasi ade asoma me ka bia ye de me ama experience
and on no personal problems so maami no
of course
if I not so
meba na me na boss man there be your friend say
the man of come parliament no
there be member we simbo kweku EC chair no etimi manipa be wura smaller parties say munka ha wo madwene
hey
oh Dr.
Oh please simbo kweku told me this
hey that
me ka na some come so many platforms
oni obeyi na
oni nyameka is away
odike
who to be catch me kuma say wo beje kwa be fale wo be fale o process apara ma nya fanyame anim
wa mo wa fale
afori ja ta mo fale ye kwa ye contem it is a normalist bi wo ho a wa catch us odike kwa ha ne koyi ni yibra na safabre depend on the time frame you see che we buy no per ku for instruction de man say on disqualify certain candidates no aja pade buku de wo enipa no mpese de to ma me disqualify no wo ka aja pade buku na minor political parties ko kai
no dike wo
mi wo apa so bem na ma me na sa tuvutu agu Ghana fo ni say wa forge signature police invite no e be see the police be am frame last night na we go previous one no or enipa o ya kufu do man ye wa mama me we all need the confidence now results ba could declare multiple declaration different numbers sir na voter na na ma 4 years obi a represent you mo because why NDC strong
no Central Kofi
Lolobi Apaflo
na wama NDC ni when NDC no ko parliament obekọ akota bia ma NDC the same thing and a it will get to a time where we have 50 constituencies won't even declare now o man na or gradually what you will say it me petition ye because no personal beef obi waka say obi am taking too personal but I'm encouraging other well-meaning Ghanaians say mama bossman sebo kweku maame na nkasa obi petition ye nyi omo free o na it power from because se ka se maame we sa be tran obiem abe supervisor
fa wa se mun come maame ne so
o kasa na mtia mini America I know what I'm talking about and omo timi come who meeting outside the country
you already know the
oh na put say through Akufo-Addo's network because now they were determined say please now
another retime
on
to me
the Electoral Commission institution say president EC chair now wa promote nkrofobia ko I was SSM any IDP a police administration I was SSM and MP sir ye ministers a free parliament I was SSM maame no a free after time no e ba no man no mabani nyina no o mo tete towards aban no siso de ne baaye no je me na hu na me kan because me a victim of the circumstance o me anu nyina tete towards aban na o de o mo baaye no me pa cho nya botre Amadou Sule okay Amadou Sule
okay
I never said no a young can fan so what me create police station all the figures and
yeah
maybe
of blessed memory
thank you eti I was said EC chair was sailing through the ranks of that institution now or the Kosoro
okay
now ye no mu create electoral college
okay
my to aba because commission
na nkabuma bamba ene nkabuma bamba me da say eno na pesa oka eno na pesa oka me da say yawe yanhwe mitie de koloso so man kwa kan ya na ono ne resource ode bae no na che say just de owi say no ne de no kan ya no kura de a na ekwa free the 65 votes
there be nyasa o me say o ka 281 ni nyina bomu bia
there be 3 now the man me no
there be outstanding na me chere say e ho ni mpo outstanding figures ni na o ka ni nyina bom so we anye 3 no dey declare or the 281 na 281 and na me ka say 281 nyina ka ni nyina bom a ni e lead e 3 4 6 I think
346
yawe me da say yawe yanhwe say yisi mina tumi kura me say moto abani bia wodi onya no enkrata ekura me mehwe so a vondi wonya miensa ko so man ko
wonya baako
wonya hwe
wonya hwe ampa
odike wonya baako ya so mpa wo so nya hwe enti na ya kan
we waduma
enti den ne su kwan se wo se asimesi na wawi ni ampani ampa untumi nka
jamida
afosi ama police uko bokro no usuru
without mentioning words many bibi in film ne sebio senior I think EC is a complete
Agya Kwabena na me penny kote
oh okay
complete disgrace
to the nation
and I think say sebi my entna hands so Agya on a video I'm very measured on how I criticize but I think say this electoral commission without mentioning words is a complete disgrace to our democracy and then you see sebi the man me homete your boss my cat say they are not resting on their own oars and busumi insia ya komu busumi insia constituency being me MP the year now say you are resting on your own oars that means ususu say why achieve BB and their canu ne sa us no wo he fan na won rest also we sat here for 4 straight years and the whole constituency didn't have representation. You see, but say, I don't know how they take their responsibility, right? About the saying that MPP and NDC can collect their own results. Whatever their numbers are, and EC itself cannot tell us what numbers they have. About the saying that MPP, it's miskani, it keep it track record. Answer na no more to say about no yadin kugo. NDC to me collect your more results. Ekosiasi, who say at this point, Medin kunim with these numbers. Na easier, yadi yenina yesika mano say collate na sisha abatwono cannot have their own numbers. How do you explain for that? Say when am I NDC sika, when am I MPP sika? But they are able to collect their results and what Jay said this election. Imagine say it was close, which is why I agree with Tera Haruna. Imagine this election was close. Can you imagine problems at Beba? The presidency at least not got me a wide until there was concession earlier. Parliamentary, imagine say parliamentary in the presidential election no. Imagine the confusion this country would have been thrown into. Say be day na yehwe. Ebani say we koto aba na ECIM, and if you look at EC's budget, Ebani is saying how are they able to go through and
yakasa kwa no yi omchese yi sejuma ifo no won ma omo for temporary workers.
What sort of thing is this? You can say we are police station who declare make a public record of the results. Obia, that is where Omuni results. It is in the media way.
Yes, he did the crown or say for police brand and fan to
and then necessarily the police class
because
you see who can see the entire police now oh how we no interest we win you
yeah position bona we
say EC is saying say they don't have some of the pinchy. They've publicly said it. The point is whether or not mobile rely on scan copies from one party or the other. No, sometimes it's by consensus. We better to say okay, me ma check we dia no. It's engine to me and fanko. But easy no then or kwanya ben or the tour so no ankasa benya the pink sheets. Kwanya ben or the tour so no have any collation. Na afenyo marking menene ya adwe when he say wonim say wo figures na at the per for tuja and then let any other party who disagrees goes on court non manson. Sebi busumi nsia on. And you see it's not this was not the only constituency. There was Tema, there was about 7 others.
9
others. Yeah. What is all of this?
So are you?
Already that bang.
You
see,
I didn't afraid market bisa question can say me say Agya Kwabena it is say Abdulkumanov Kuruya.
Yes.
Police phone ho but you were able to declare the results. I didn't see a way bepimon ne. What's the police phone say onya so to me
because the three in contention omu settle on the numbers for the 3. Right. You see, Minia, you see the bare factors. You bet me I can say parties na koye, but easy no all beto abano. Then audition to enshebe no de to o say me wia. Kwai ben me first one make collect me results. Kwai ben me first one me bomb me pink sheet over.
Me pacho all copies tienye pink sheet o de bi ko. E di bi she wo constituency wo kra.
All
copies. O medical no.
Omo koshe no.
You go say no.
Me do you want to say some koshe na? They na wo box no mu e wo ho no. Eno na ka say e come yesi fo.
Electoral commission say
me pacho me ba.
Wa collate ade na wi. De o hwehwe wo oman ne ho ne say.
Debi
o say police fo soja fo me gina machi. Na me fan to ja because NDC fo no the
Collins wonim say asama ye kan
omo pensa mo
yisi nankasa tie yisi
Collins kra de ne how
yisi nankasa gi ato mu say
because minim ya mutimi
results ni bi wo ho a sa pink sheet ni hwan ni bi wo ho a anya de omo wo bi
exactly omo pensa ye kono
ba Collins tie
twetwe nipa o
enti ya mo do say no why you say no
come on manuasi no
yeah
we have two options. You see, where people budget edikai a whole Ablekuma did not have an input in Ghana's budget.
Yes.
If you understand what these things mean for democracy, two options as I see it. One, if you're three in contention, na say ebe change results now that means ultimately declare you make your choice and say it's inconclusive you need pink sheets and your pink sheet if you don't have the facts go back and run for those I know say you probably say because the political the political terrain necessarily their results be different but those are the two options you have either say the pink sheet for those polling stations and you add them and you declare or you go back and run it and yeah also you threat na whole busu means here
this what just say instead of running the whole constitution
not the whole the polling stations in contention that's the point I'm making
time general election no choka was moon
so not the of course not the whole constituency but the places in contention intercept 3 or say 7 or what are the places in contention
say hoketwa
anyway that's all
ye nim de omba ye de besia ya breniti Fitch
bazanko mo na hu hia me pa
grade na ese be grade
Fish dia na hu hia me na hu hia papa because aban eye adwuma na say ya mo na baso a
abo 11 guy
ya na Mamenda His Excellency John Dramani Mahama any na begafo ase say ena me no kase no ena me no kase MPP for now Mami kasa MPP for after so rating Fish is what my no
Ora Mahama say Ghana for we are not immune to fuel
na officers asama
Ora Mahama na kan about 7 days ago
dynamic kasa
by your person be kasa sem we don't want to hear
Ukraine
Ora Mahama say yes
Ukraine
no what you are saying is
Ukraine Russia
Iran
program iko ni mkakra na mama
Russia ada so ho
Kwabena we dey power producers here power 5 minutes
$76 when you say as at April 2024 na crude $84 but me nyina achi no pump price no we managed you see anything na make say we be can say oh and so te entino Mahama na ye magical it's never true
you da say
me da say akame
me pacho just idea
mesero
we are gentleman
that Kwabena o dey me senior
ebra na Fish rate Ghana kufu ado abere so o see economy have been sent into a junk position and then no sabre no ana wani adi o musika koto aban bond ye gisika ni die si ya head cut and then no nyame adom sidi na sori agina brand amene o kasa net sidi ye 10 Ghana cedi 10 Ghana cedi to the dollar
said adru 12-13
and then menua no kre woman say petrol any diesel aba from ye and then you set it gold board and we ma akoso Fish for rate and say and Ghana economy aye b nyame ne eda na se and intino muma Ghana fo nyina ehunu say MPP for be say o man
Pakistan
ana minimum kase tie minimum no si no minimum no si and then Ukraine and Russia war no afen na mo ayedin
Pakistan ba o
ufa Israel any Iran war e mo ayedin
Pakistan India
ba say ye wa ama no ne and na ma ye ho kire yan and then na afen na war no mo adoso na mo ayedin no ye petrol bo e ba fo e ye nyansa ni adwene e ne de
me da se mama odike Collins Collins ne bondi me from chop Collins ene bondi me da se odike ye mo odike 1 minute you pay for next time we say me dwamo next time we say me dwamo odike me pa chop 1 minute ni enko
the woman say
union movement
sa face for no ye do ma se o say Akufo Addo wo so no wo mo de ba so o mo boa o mo taban no and sa eromu ma o mo so e form dream but you see a woman say the truth of the matter and say in spite of all these ratings na eba no any dollar equal CDA as no it is not reflecting. It is still not. Most people agree say artificial. It will not turn forwarded pricing.
Obi the message we share the mirror anymore. Or see traders blame wholesalers for high cost of goods.
It's not true. If you not in it, meba oh na botena am chechi.
O de cheche mu ye nge. Meba.
Mo mu ko fa mi o
so ka bondi. Ana o tie meja eja mame their price builder.
Me pacho ye ma I satam be say o ma signal say.
Switch mode on 18 variables. On one casa a publishing report no. Reasons 10 and no meme summary of it 0.6. Also strong nominal GDP growth, fiscal consolidation, remaining debt restructuring, and much larger appreciation
prudent management
of the months will contribute to our public debt falling to 60% of GDP. When Ghana, the point I am saying is that NPP but it's clear say this rating is as at June and is looking forward. It's not a rating looking back.
Thank you. It is a retrospection.
It's a rating looking forward.
Thank you.
So by and large, I think that
24/7.
I think by and large we should give it. But it doesn't mean so okay. And it's important that it doesn't mean so because Musia Bono and
special grip with the special grip and a call and so open to the friend of Israel. Calling so special politicians. That's what if you can break. Madam say, Madam was some year bread Honorable Vondi, Ebama NDC, and a honorable consultation man, Consumer MP, MPP, and Aquasia de Odike, one also Obama on one, and Yasompa, and so I lawyer need or didn't name the so every time you see, you don't see Papa. Now, yes, also now Yakono, the American say, move wholesalers, no. Mona mo mania mano bono enkofa mo a yesre mo a se dollar na kofa mo kakra na se mo so mo yayi kakra bi a mo yeso yan fili kakra ese enne ukoto de oboso kan ya se net yet da no sa net ya no mo kofa ne mana ba na se mo de ba na se dollar ni low a ebedu bre a ebiom be ye no na ma ton no bo fufuro mo consider yan so kakra na for so bum wo hoyi enhira nim e da ma se me the production team na se adom dom yen ya da se na ebesa hia yakra mu nyina